Hello, everybody. Today we're going to learn about the ancient Japanese folk art of origami. You can use scrap paper, you can use junk mail like I have to the right there, or if you do have a regular 8.5 by 11 sheet of computer printing paper, this is how you can turn a rectangle into a square. There are other ways, but this is the easiest way for me. I'm going to fold the paper like this, and then I'm going to tear off that additional rectangle. You don't even have to draw a line with a pencil, but obviously if you have a scissors, you can cut it off. Even if you don't have a scissors, just fold on the line, fold it, crease it really well. Use your fingernails if you have any. I mean, I'm sure you have fingernails, but if they're long enough. Um, and then you can tear that additional skinny rectangle right off, and you'll have a square. Once we have our square folded in half, the left edge goes to the right edge or vice versa, and leave it closed. Then we're going to take one of the corners. I'm going to start at the upper right hand corner, fold it down. And by the way, I will put links to YouTube videos that are far superior to this video. I just feel like I would like to make one myself. But the videos I will link are much better. Anyway, now I have two valley folds. When a fold goes down and up like a valley, it's called a valley fold. When it goes up and down like a mountain, it's called a mountain fold. But right now we have two diagonal valley folds on the top, two on the bottom. We need to turn those valley folds into mountain folds by flipping the paper over. Now it looks like two very short pyramids, and I'm going to place my two thumbs in the center and then bring the triangle on the right and the left in together like this. It's a little bit trickier the first or second or third time you do it, but it gets easier. You may have trouble right at the tip of the pyramid where it does not want to cooperate. So you can see right there I'm refolding it and using my pointer finger to get the tip to be nice and straight. Now we have a diamond. Think of a baseball diamond or a softball diamond. Flip the paper over so that the open part, almost like a Canadian from South Park, is like a mouth, and it's horizontal. First base goes up to second base. First base goes down to home plate. Third base goes up to second base. Third base also goes down to home plate. Or you could use the math word adjacent. Each corner goes to the adjacent corner. These are going to turn into the frog's feet. This is an origami frog. Traditional origami frog is what I would search for on YouTube. We're folding each one of these smaller triangles in half, but please notice that the tip of the fold is outside of the diamond. And it looks a little bit like an X. Do not fold it into the center, but outside of the diamond. Again, I apologize. There are professional YouTubers that have much better tutorials, and if you follow the link to Traditional Origami Frog, you'll find better explanations. Please notice that I flip over the paper then. And this is not entirely necessary, but what I like to do is take first base and second base, bring them up together for a moment so that I can see a vertical guideline, sort of, or a guide fold. Bring the edge that is first base to second base, bring it into the center but not past it. Right up to the center but not past it. It looks like an upside down kite. Then the very bottom tip goes up again right into the center, and it reminds me a little bit of a triangular diaper. You'll notice that there's a little opening right there, and on the other side where if it were a triangle diaper, that's where your legs would go in and out if you were wearing a triangular frog diaper. And then that edge has to get tucked into the opening, into the pocket there. Smush it real good. It might help to stand up and use the weight of your own body. And then we're going to take our origami frog and put it on its back, right where the center of the X is, where the two legs come together. I'm going to put the bottom legs right on top of the top legs. And then I have to use my brain and find halfway. I'm going to grab the legs, the hind legs, and fold them back on themselves. That's about 8 layers of paper, so again, it's going to help to stand up and use the weight of your body. Crush it really good. Push down on the little frog on his bottom, and the frog should jump. That's about it. Now, depending on how you do that last fold, it will determine how far the frog jumps. If you can make a frog out of a post-it note, the post-it note frogs seem to go farther. The smaller the frog, the longer or the farther it seems to jump. And I like to give my frogs identities. So if you would like to give your frog an identity, you could draw on the frog, or you could cut out pictures from magazines, and you might have a frog dog and a Tom Holland frog, a Spider-Man frog. Then we could have frog races. We can play frog golf. I'll explain some more games later. But again, follow the link. This is called a traditional origami frog.